But I feel that I am really good at that for everybody but myself. And why is that? Why is that?
We don't know. It's ridiculous.
It is.
It's like I can reconcile everybody's checkbook but my own. That doesn't make any sense.
But I was taught religion.
You know what you're trying to do?
Itself.
You're just trying to live up to the prophecy that your father put on your tombstone.
But when I'm going to be 60 next month, when do I let that go?
Well, they're very encouraging. Probably never. We're teasing you. Maybe when you croak, or you could put something else on the tombstone. My father was wrong. We want you to have not just a tombstone, we want a monument because we got a lot to write on it. So you want to say, my father meant well, but he was raised in an environment where he saw things more as they are. And he observed me every day. And, oh, by the way, right on the side of it, because at the place where nobody else reads it very much, right on the side of it. And I complained to my father quite a bit. And I wanted to please him, and I wanted him to be proud of me. And so I pointed out a lot of things that I was doing for a lot of people. And he heard that so much that he began to believe me. So really, it's not so much that my father was wrong, it was that I was wrong, but I talked so much about it that my father began to observe me in the way that I was mostly offering my vibration. And so it's logical that he would come to that conclusion. And so he said that I should write that on my tombstone, or that somebody should, but he's going to be long dead before I need a tombstone anyway, so he won't be writing it on there. And so what would I like my tombstone to say? It was real fun. It was real fun. It was really fun. I learned a lot. I had a really good time. I'm having a really good time. I don't even know why I have this tombstone, because whatever's buried there isn't me. I reemerged into non-physical, and I'm flying high, and I'm now the fulfillment of everything that I wanted. Just talk to yourself until you loosen up on that stuff that you know can't be right, because it feels so bad when you think it. It can't be right. It can't be right that you are unworthy, and it can't be right that you have to suffer your way into salvation, and it can't be right that God wants you to suffer. That cannot be right. That cannot be right. What is right is that you are pure positive energy, and that you decided to come into this physical body because you knew there was a lot going on and you would find it interesting. And you knew that there would be things that would inspire you, and you knew you would launch rockets, and you knew that a lot of those rockets you would launch and you wouldn't be ready to move in the direction of them, but you knew that your inner being would stay stuck to them, and that your inner being would never turn away from who you have become vibrationally, and that you would be able to feel it. And you knew that when you tune into who you really are and feel the love of who your inner being is, and that source energy who never takes eyes off of you, there aren't any eyes, who never takes attention away from you, who has complete awareness of you and your value, you knew for sure that you could vibe that out. And that's exactly what this whole conversation has been about. That's what you've been saying to us. I know all of this stuff, but I don't always go there. And you know why? You're mixed up. Almost everybody is, with what you were first encouraged to believe. In other words, you're encouraged to believe that your parents are wise. And no matter how dumb they are, you think they're smart.
But selfish was a dirty word in my household. Selfish was a dirty word.
Well, of course it was, because selfish... Oh, this is such a long story, isn't it? If you are not tuned into source energy, so you are not empowered, but you still have stuff you want to get done, don't you look to others to help you out? How do you get people to do stuff they don't want to do? Do you know what sells? Fear sells. Selling water treatment systems, you don't say, ooh, the water tastes so good. You say, that water, it'll kill you. That water is poison. So much of the world is pushing against what they don't want, thinking that they will obliterate it. There's a war against so many things, but the laws of the universe don't work in that way. And so just because you thought it, and just because a lot of people do think it, does it resonate with you? Do you want to scare people into their alignment? Do you think you could? So, what are you going to do about it? You're talking to us about it like what you're saying is real or has validity. I can uplift everybody but myself. Well, you know better than that. Why are you still saying something that you don't even believe? We know you don't believe it. You didn't believe it when you sat down, and you really don't believe it after we've been ranting as we have. And so why do you think you said it? Why did you say that? This is an important question, because a lot of people are doing the same thing. Why would you pronounce something that you for sure don't want, Why would you talk about it and activate it? Why is that? Habit of observing what is. That's all it is. We're not trying to get you to not observe that and instead observe this. Why? Because you can't see what hasn't manifested into something. By the time it manifests into something that your eyes can interpret into something meaningful, it's got a lot of momentum going. Before that thought turns to something that you can see visually, there's some stuff that has to go on. So what are you going to do about that? We're not saying observe that or observe that. We're saying observe that if it feels good and do your best to sense this. Well, the thing that we don't get about you all acting like it's hard to sense things just because you can't see them is that we're all over it. It's the main event. It's the energy that creates worlds. It's big. It's feelable. It's awarenessable. It's feelable. It's identifiable. Do you know the difference between love and anger? Then you saw it. Do you know the difference between clarity and confusion? Then you saw it. You awarenessed it. You have the knowledge of it. So our question to all of you is, why would you run around with mediocre translation of vibration? Oh, I can see that. We say, everybody can see that. It manifested. Everybody can see it. But you can be aware of things that you can't yet see. And if you let yourself be aware of what you can't yet see, oh, it'll come into view. You'll have divine timing. You'll turn a corner and somebody will meet you. The words you've been wanting to hear, somebody will say them to you. You'll turn on the radio and they'll be in the song. You'll get in your car and you'll go somewhere and you'll see something you've never seen before, ever, ever, ever. And as you connect those dots, I wanted that, and there it is. I've been driving through this neighborhood for 30 years and I've never seen that until I asked for it and didn't do something that kept me from seeing it. Esther had a beautiful gold pen. Jerry bought it for her. She liked it so much. It was gold, not just gold colored. It was gold, and it was weighted. It was just the right weight. And she used it to write love letters to the people in her life. It was something that she liked so much. And they moved, and they were in a different place, and she realized that she hadn't seen it in a while, and she began looking for it. She couldn't find it. It was gone. And she said to Jerry, I think I've lost it. I can't find it. And Jerry said, oh, it's around somewhere. You didn't lose it. It's around somewhere. And I said, I don't know. Maybe I left it on a table in the restaurant or something. I don't know. I can't find it. She looked everywhere. When she unpacked every box, she couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. She couldn't find it. She has a shelf full of handbags. She went through all the handbags, reached in, felt around, dumped everything upside down, looked everywhere. Could not find it. Could not find it. Suffered. Guilty. That thing cost a lot of money. It was her favorite material object for the moment. And she could not find it. It was gone. It was unobservable. Therefore, it was gone. She could not find it. Jerry said, Esther, it doesn't matter. It matters. Esther, let it go. I can't. Esther, I'll get you another one. You shouldn't have to do that. And then she let it go. Days went by, weeks went by. And then one day she thought, I used to have a really pretty little perfume thing. I wonder where that is. She went to her closet, pulled down a bag, reached in, and came out with her gold pen. It had been there. It didn't materialize. It hadn't dematerialized and then materialized. She just couldn't rendezvous with something that's lost. You can't find something that's lost. You just can't. Your awareness has to be that it exists. You have to believe in its existence, and you have to practice your belief in its existence, which means we have a lot of conversing to do, don't we? Because we want to talk to you about who you were before you got here. Well, you don't remember that. So that's not something that you can observe or remember. Well, that sucks, Abraham. Why didn't I bring a memory with me about that? It would have been so much easier. Yeah, but you wanted fresh, new everything. You already were that. You wanted to be something else. You wanted to be new and adventurous. You wanted to find new things. And so all day, every day, you're finding new things, and you're launching new rockets of desire. And your inner being saying, yes, 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 yes. That's doable, that's doable, that's doable, that's doable. What else? That's doable, that's doable, that's doable. Oh, I really don't like going to this school, and I really don't like those people. And your inner being's thinking, we do, because you've been launching more rockets since you met that person than you have in the last 5 years. That person that you think is the worst person on earth has stirred up so much desire within you that your vortex has grown exponentially beyond anything that we can actually put physical numbers to. It's big, 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 big. You have expanded, but where are you in relationship to your expansion? Well, I'm mostly happy, then you're right in alignment. I'm mostly discouraged, then you're not in alignment. Take it moment by moment by moment. Pick the things that are easy. You're looking for easy existing matches in that vortex. You're not looking for the hardest thing in the world. You're not trying to walk through walls. We love you so much. You're looking for easy existing matches. You're looking for things that it's easy for you to feel good about. And that's not lazy, that's smart. That's the path of least resistance. That's tuning in. That would be like you sitting down to listen to something on a radio, and you know what frequency it's on because you've listened to it there before, and you say, nope, I'm not going to tune to where I know it is. I'm going to tune to where it isn't, and I'm going to demand that it comes. And we say, have at it. You might discover something else that you like. But when you know how to tune to what you want, well, what's your tuner? What's your tuner? When Kate was little, she used to hide this little car. It was a button for a while. It was a number of different things, but she had this little car. It was Luke's car. She loved to hide it. And she'd play the warmer, colder game with Jerry and Esther. She'd hide it in this big building. She'd hide it. And then she'd give them clues. And they would fumble around, and because they couldn't see it, pretend like they couldn't find it. And they'd walk that way, and they'd walk that way, and they'd walk that way. Jerry was really good at it. He'd crawl, he'd somersault, he'd shimmy like a snake. Sometimes he'd run like he was jogging. In other words, he'd made it so much fun. And Kate would say, warmer, 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 warmer. And then Jerry would go in exactly the opposite direction. She'd say, colder, 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 until she would guide him to it over and over and over again. And your emotions are guiding you to the physical fulfillment and manifestation of each and everything that you want.
Thank you.
Really good. Really good. Really good.